Nine of spades, how to tell people that you have time to help. And the magic words go like this. I know that you're busy, and so I'm going to keep this brief. I have time right now to help a few new clients who want to buy, sell, or borrow in the next 30 to 90 days. And I was going to place an ad in the paper asking, who do you know who wants to buy, sell, or borrow in the next 30 to 90 days? Then I thought, before I start dealing with people neither of us even know, I thought I'd give you a quick call and offer my time to the people who might need it. I'm curious, as you think about some of the people you know who could benefit from my help, who's the next person you know that is, who would love to own their own home or who's most likely to do what you just did or whatever your request would be there? This is a very hypnotic suggestion right here. When you say to people, I was going to place an ad in the paper, and then the quote says, who do you know who wants to buy, sell, or borrow in the next 30 to 90 days? That's not what your ad's going to say. But when you say, I'm going to put an ad in the paper, and basically what it's going to say is, goes right into the unconscious. Who do you know who's going to buy, sell, or borrow in the next 30 to 90 days? And then I thought, before I start dealing with people neither of us know, I love that, I thought I'd give you a quick call and offer my time to the people who you know who might need it. And the thing is you don't ask if they have time to talk. You're not calling them up to take time away from them. You're calling up to give your time to them. So if you call up people and say, hey, I was just wondering, do you have a minute to talk? And then you're saying, I've got time. So you're not calling to take something away. Just go right into it. Ring, ring, ring. Hello? Yeah. Hey, John, I know you're busy, so I'm going to keep this brief. Go right into it. And a tendency to say to people is, hey, do you have a minute to talk? And now it's taking something from them right from the beginning, as opposed to being really cautious that if they answered the phone, they have time. People who don't have time don't answer the phone. So there's no sense in saying, do you have time to talk if they answered the phone? Also, you're offering time versus I need your business. That's a distinction too. So I have some time right now to help a few new clients. And before I run an ad in the paper that says, who do you know who wants to buy, sell, or borrow in the next 30 to 90 days, I thought I'd call you. See, I don't need it. I just want to offer my time to you. And then I recognize that the concept is time, because absent of them knowing that you have time, the automatic assumption is you're busy. And it's probably one of the healthier things you could do at least once or twice a year, let people know that you have time for them. Because if you go long periods of time without contact with people, the assumption is you're busy. I can't tell you how many times people have said to me, Joe, I was going to get a hold of you, but I know how busy you are. And they're saying that because I'm not actively calling them. I'm not pursuing them. So absent of me calling you regularly, you think I'm really busy. Does that make sense to you? And so absent of you talking to your clients regularly, they don't know that you're not busy. They just think you're busy. So you got to let them know that you have time for them. And what are the implications of people thinking you're too busy to help them? Think about that. What are the implications when somebody thinks you're too busy to help them?
You don't give good enough service to the people that you refer.
Yeah. Number one is they stop noticing other people. They stop thinking about you, and they stop introducing you when you're too busy. Why would I even notice anyone who wants to buy, sell, or borrow? You're just too busy. Why would I even think of you? You're too busy. Why would I introduce you? You're going to be too busy. So, Joe, I know you're busy. That opening, I know you're busy right now. When people say that, what they're saying to you is, I know you don't have time. So when anybody says to you, I know how busy you are, what they're really saying is, I know you don't have any time. So you've got to reframe that all the time. But I know how busy you are. Oh, well, it's important that you know that I do have time for you. I do have time for your friends and your neighbors. As a matter of fact, before I run an ad in the paper to attract somebody that neither of us know, I'll always call and ask you, who do you know who's going to be buying, selling, or borrowing in the next 30 to 90 days that would want that I could, invest my time with. That's an important notion there. So you always want to frame that out around time. I have a friend that belongs to a local church here, and he was sharing with me that there's 2 real estate agents in the church. One is a very experienced, very successful real estate agent. The other one is very new and is struggling to get going. And his friend was buying a house and chose to work with the very successful agent. And he asked her, he said, "Why did you choose the successful agent over the other agent?" And she told him that she was always under the impression she was too busy. Because as a new agent, sometimes you get one deal going and you act like you're overwhelmed with all the transactional details. And you give this impression to people that you don't have time. When the more successful person, who's got much more business, whose time is far scarcer, is not projecting, "I don't have time." And you got to be real conscious of that when we put on that busy bee bonnet, when we run around saying, "Oh, I'm so busy, I'm so busy, I'm so busy." You're yelling, "I don't have time, I don't have time, I don't have time." And that's just kind of a way of being. People who are in your office who have that persona called "I'm so busy," and they only got one transaction going on. And they're sending a message to other people is don't notice, don't think of me, and don't introduce me to people because I just don't have time for them. And that could be the furthest thing from the truth. But absent of anything else, people are going to assume you're busy when that you don't have time for them when you're very, very busy. So that's the context for this. So now what I'd like to do is role play this, right?